Hey, Damien's not here today because he's a little bitch. Scott's here, and we're still two parts of Presto Key, and we're going to talk about a movie today. The movie we're going to talk about today is Clerks.
Clerks.
Throughout history, they have been a part of our American life. Men and women who have made it their mission to serve their fellow man. They've worked hard enough. Isn't it time they had their own movie? Clerks.
Clerks was made in, didn't you just look at it was 1994?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kevin
Clerks,
Smith was about 24 at the time.
he was 24. That's how old I am. It's not something I can get that bummed about because it's not like his career went anywhere after that. So
Sure it did. It went to Clerks too.
that's true. That's true.
I don't know.
I love Clerks too.
I did too.
That's a great
Like,
movie.
The only thing now about Kevin Smith is I feel like he's kind of doing the Adam Sandler route, but a little bit better.
Yeah.
Where it's like he's just.
I guess I didn't think of it that way, but yeah, you're kind of right.
Well, he's just making movies for like his friends, himself, and his daughter.
If Damien was here, he would agree. But for me and you, definitely, this is an important film to both of us.
Well, yeah, I think this is one of the films that like it shows you you don't really need like a budget. You just kind of need to have an idea of what you want to do.
It shows you that anybody can make a movie, even Kevin Smith at one point. I guess you were talking about how Kevin Smith dropped out of film school.
Yeah, I've been a big Kevin Smith fan ever since I saw it.
Yeah.
And he has like all these special short documentaries where kind of like his stand-up, but he goes around and talks to people called A Sold Out Evening with Kevin Smith.
I've seen a couple of those.
Yeah, I think it was the third one, which was the last one I saw, but he was talking about how he didn't finish film school, and him and Scott Mosier were friends through going through the process, and they made a deal that whoever finished the script first, they would shoot it. So while Scott Mosier stayed, Kevin Smith went back home to New Jersey and he started writing the script for Clerks.
The first time I was ever introduced to Kevin Smith was long before I saw Clerks, actually. Do you have any guesses as to what I would have seen him in before Clerks? Because it was before I was allowed to see Clerks. I was a little boy.
Oh God,
You got this.
was it the animated series?
No. It was a live-action movie that he had a brief cameo.
Daredevil.
Daredevil. The first time I saw Kevin Smith was in Daredevil when he played Jack Kirby, and "You know me, it's all good" was his line. Great introduction to Kevin Smith. But yeah, I ended up watching. Come closer to the camera. You gotta come closer. Nobody can see you. See that beautiful
it's
face.
beer.
Hear that.
For the bowl.
Now you can see Scott's face. What else is there to say about Clerks? Well, I guess like we could talk about the movie itself.
Yeah, that'd probably be the best to go about. But
Yeah.
I remember seeing the film when I was really young. Actually, the first.
How old were you?
Oh God, I was probably 9.
Oh wow.
The first Kevin Smith film I saw was actually a little bit earlier than that. I saw. That'd be later than 9. When Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back come out? 2001.
2001. Was that pre or post 9/11?
I think it was.
It makes a difference.
It does.
Everything changed after that day.
Including
I
comedy.
remember. We were in second grade.
Yeah. Were you in Marcia's class?
I was in Mrs. Biasella's class.
August 24th. Yeah.
So it's post 9/11.
Post 9/11. Right before.
And you could tell. This is the last time I have Scott on here.
I hope so. It's one of those comedies that feels very Seinfeld-ish, where it doesn't really have a point. And it's like actually working at a retail job.
Yeah.
Like the only time I've ever been able to actually like talk to coworkers or interact with them myself is either through some pop culture, movies, music.
Clerks changed the landscape of what we consider modern comedy right now.
Yeah.
Daddy's Home 2, right? Heavily inspired by Clerks. You could tell. You could tell. I haven't seen it. I don't
You
know.
can really tell that part where they call Will Ferrell a girl was in progress.
In progress.
Progress.
It was
Progress.
in progress.
In progress for years. No one knew what was coming. It's in progress.
Clerks is about a guy who, it doesn't really matter what it's about. Like we described the first two movies we talked about, but yeah, it's about a guy who works at a convenience store, and he talks to his friend, and that's the whole movie.
It's literally just a day scenario.
Yeah.
It's like best day and worst day at work combined.
Kevin Smith turned from the guy who made Clerks into the guy who never shuts up about how he made Clerks. And that's his legacy. And I guess we could talk about movies after that, because he did make a few good ones that we both really enjoy. We both really appreciate Mallrats.
Yeah.
That got really bad reception, critical reception after its release, but we both love that movie.
Oh yeah.
Very dear to our hearts.
Dogma.
Dogma's great. Yeah,
Alan Rickman.
that one kind of I kind of forgot about that one.
Everyone does.
What about Jersey Girl?
No, it's after.
The only other one of his movies that can hold a light to Clerks, in my opinion, would be Chasing Amy. And you think about, like, if a movie like that came out today, it wouldn't even, like, you know, cause like a little ripple or any kind of real conversation. But back then, it was a hot topic.
Well, it was released again. It's called Geely, and don't watch it.
I never saw that one. Geely?
Yeah.
That's a remake of a movie, right?
Is it? Because it's Ben Affleck again, because Ben Affleck can apparently turn anyone straight. And that's the premise of Geely.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen the original movie or the remake with Ben Affleck, but I doubt that the original movie had that premise. I could be wrong. I should look that up. Yeah. Ben Affleck.
Which, I know Chasing Amy got a lot of ridicule too, because one of the characters, Banky.
Yeah. Still Scott. Yeah, he never changed his name.
Get it wrong.
Yeah.
That's right.
You told me once that somebody you know doesn't like Chasing Amy because it's sexist.
Yeah.
That's the same reaction that my sister had.
Which I don't really see that. Like
I don't either.
I understand the character Banksy is Banky. I gotta get that right eventually, but Jason Lee's character is this like chauvinistic pig that's also very closeted, and it comes out in Dance on Ball Strike Back. But like,
well, it comes out at the end of Chasing Amy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In stuff like people put off their frustration on themselves into others, and it's not really like.
Yeah, I did not catch the sexist overtones of that film that others.
Well,
did.
I know they say a lot has to do with like Ben Affleck being uncomfortable because his character.
That was his character.
And a lot of people tell me that it's a view of Kevin Smith, like he's not comfortable with women having power and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't think that's the point of the movie at all.
I'm not a huge fan of the Jay and Silent Bob movie, and what I'm really looking forward to is the sequel, where Jay and Silent Bob are in their 50s, which I guess is gonna happen.
Maybe.
It's been talked about.
Clerks 3
Sounds
still
fucking
filming.
stupid. But like after Jay and Silent Bob, there was a string of major flops.
Cop Out.
Cop Out, Jersey Girl, Jay and Silent Bob make a porno. What else? Did he make movies? Did Kevin Smith make movies?
He made a lot of studio films that
He
went
made-
over the top. Like, no one saw them.
I don't know. So after 2009, he stopped making movies, and then he came back with his first movie in 20 years, Red State.
If you got Clerks 2.
Yeah, he made 3 movies: Clerks, Clerks 2, and Red State. And Red State was a departure from what he usually did, which was Holocaust dramas.
Well, there's actually an interesting story about how Red State even came to be.
Red State,
Yeah.
the movie about the frog and the toad that are friends.
No. Red State, the movie.
What's this episode about?
Kevin Smith.
Who's the guy that made Red State?
Yeah.
About the frog and the toad that are friends?
No, about the, if we're not gonna protest funerals, we're gonna make them.
Oh. Yeah, what was that about? Or what was the story?
His friend Malcolm, who is gay, got an interview with the Westminster Baptist Church.
Oh yeah.
And he was talking to, I think it was Aiden Cooper in real life, or what's his name in real life, the leader,
Oh,
or maybe
shit.
like one of his wives.
Oh
or something.
shit. Oh, I know this. No, I don't know this. I know it's the Westboro Baptist Church.
Yeah. So he was talking to them, and he's like, you can just hear all the hate in his speech because he was shooting a documentary about it. And while he's telling Kevin Smith like everything that's going on in his head, it kind of gave him the idea
Yeah.
of Red State, where it was like, if they can't protest funerals, they're gonna make them themselves.
Yeah.
And he just worked around and jumped all over the place, so it got a little crazier and crazier until like the end scene, which was basically the rapture, but wasn't the rapture, because that's like as far as you can go before it went like off
Yeah.
the wall.
Yeah. Speaking of gay people, check out the new season of Queer Eye. It's fierce as fuck. Bye.
Fuck everything up.
One more time.
Let's fuck everything up.
Action.
Let's fucked everything up.